You know that feeling. You see something online, a new phone, a jacket, a camera, a desk setup, a pair of shoes, a course, a watch, a new app, or some weird kitchen gadget you did not even know existed 5 seconds ago. And suddenly your brain says, you need this. Not, this could be useful. Not, maybe this would be nice. No, you need it. You imagine yourself owning it, using it, becoming slightly better, cleaner, more organized, more attractive, more productive, more interesting. For a few minutes, the object is not just an object anymore. It becomes a promise that your life will feel different. And the strangest part is that sometimes, after you finally buy it, the magic disappears almost immediately. The package arrives, you open it, you touch it. Maybe you feel happy for a few minutes, and then somehow it becomes just another thing in your room. So, why does this happen? Why do humans want things they do not need? And why does wanting often feel better than actually having? That is the weird reason we are talking about today. The first thing to understand is that your brain is not really obsessed with objects. It is obsessed with possible futures. When you want a new thing, you're usually not just wanting the thing itself. You're wanting the version of yourself that seems to come with it. A new notebook is not just paper. It is the fantasy of becoming organized. A new camera is not just a camera. It is the fantasy of becoming creative. A gym membership is not just access to machines. It is the fantasy of becoming disciplined. A beautiful apartment setup is not just furniture. It is the fantasy of becoming the kind of person who has their life together. This is why advertising rarely sells the product directly. It sells the transformation. It says, buy this, and you will become more confident. Buy this, and people will see you differently. Buy this, and your life will finally look like the life you were supposed to have. The product is just the physical handle attached to an emotional idea. And your brain loves emotional ideas, especially unfinished ones, because an unfinished future can be perfect. Reality cannot. Here's where things get weird. We usually assume that if we want something, it means we will like having it. But the brain does not work that cleanly. Wanting and liking are not the same process. You can strongly want something and only mildly enjoy it. You can crave a thing, chase it, think about it, compare prices, watch reviews, imagine owning it, and then, once you have it, feel almost nothing. This is not because you are broken. It is because wanting is often powered by anticipation. The object becomes exciting because it is not yours yet. It lives in the future. It has not been tested by reality. It has no scratches, no problems, no boring maintenance, no credit card bill, no drawer where it will eventually be forgotten. Before you own it, it can be anything. After you own it, it becomes specific. And specific things are usually less magical than imagined things. This is why the best moment of buying something is often not the moment after purchase. It is the moment before purchase. The browsing, the comparing, the imagining. The quiet thought of, maybe this is exactly what I need. Your brain is not just enjoying the thing, it is enjoying the chase. A lot of people say dopamine is the pleasure chemical. That is too simple. Dopamine is heavily involved in motivation, learning, anticipation, and reward prediction. It helps your brain notice that something might be valuable. It helps turn a cue into a pull, a notification, a discount, a product photo, a limited time offer, a person you admire using something. Your brain sees the cue and starts building a prediction. This might feel good. This might improve my life. This might be worth chasing. And that prediction can be extremely powerful, sometimes more powerful than the actual reward. This is why online shopping can feel so addictive. Every scroll gives you another possible future. Every product is a tiny story. Maybe this lamp will make your room feel peaceful. Maybe this planner will fix your routine. Maybe this jacket will make you feel like a different person. Maybe this microphone will finally make you start that project. The brain is not just responding to products, it is responding to possibilities. And possibilities are endless. Owning is limited. Wanting is infinite. Another reason we want things we do not need is that humans are bad at predicting how long happiness will last. We are not completely stupid about the future. If you imagine eating cake, you probably know it will taste good. If you imagine stepping on glass, you probably know it will be bad. But we often make mistakes about duration. We think, if I get this, I will feel better. And maybe we will, for an hour, a day, a week. But then the feeling fades. The new thing becomes normal. The exciting object becomes part of the background. This is called hedonic adaptation. Humans get used to things very quickly. The first day with a new phone feels special. After 2 weeks, it is just your phone. The first time you sit at a new desk setup, it feels like a new chapter. After a month, you are still procrastinating at a nicer desk. The object changed, but you came with it. That is the uncomfortable part. We keep imagining that the next thing will transform our emotional state, but often it only transforms our environment, and your brain adapts to environments fast. So the desire returns, not because the first thing was bad, but because the feeling did not last. And now your brain starts searching again. What is next? Now add other people. This is where the problem gets worse. Humans do not evaluate life in isolation. We compare, constantly, sometimes consciously, sometimes automatically. You may be happy with your apartment until you see someone else's apartment. You may like your clothes until you see someone with better style. You may feel proud of your progress until someone your age seems richer, fitter, calmer, more successful, more alive. And suddenly, your normal life feels behind. The object you wanted yesterday is no longer enough, because now there is a new reference point. And this is one of the reasons social media is such a powerful desire machine. It does not just show you products, it shows you lives, carefully edited lives, aesthetic lives. Lives where the lighting is perfect, the room is clean, the coffee looks expensive, the body looks disciplined, and nobody has laundry on the floor. You are not comparing yourself to a person. You are comparing yourself to a performance. But your brain does not always know the difference. So it tries to close the gap. Maybe if I buy that chair, maybe if I dress like that, maybe if I get that skincare product, maybe if I use that app, maybe if my room looks like that, my life will feel like that. And sometimes buying becomes a shortcut to identity. Instead of becoming the person, you buy the symbols of the person, which is much easier, but usually less satisfying. There is another trick your brain falls for: scarcity. Limited edition, only 3 left. Sale ends tonight. Last chance, exclusive drop, members only. Your rational brain may know this is marketing, but another part of your brain hears danger, not physical danger, opportunity danger, the fear that something valuable might disappear. And when something might disappear, we often stop asking, do I really need this? And we start asking, what if I regret not buying it? That shift is important, because now the purchase is not about pleasure. It is about avoiding future pain. You are not buying the thing. You are buying relief from uncertainty. This is why a discount can make an unnecessary item feel practical. You are not planning to buy it. You do not really need it. But because it is 40% off, not buying it feels like losing money, which is absurd, but emotionally convincing. Your brain turns a non-purchase into a loss, and humans hate losses. So we buy things not because they are essential, but because missing them feels uncomfortable. There's one more strange step. Sometimes before you even buy something, you start feeling like it is already yours. You imagine where it will go. You imagine using it. You imagine telling someone about it. You read reviews and defend it in your head. You compare it with alternatives. You make a small emotional commitment. And after that, not buying it can feel like giving something up. This is why putting something in a shopping cart changes the feeling. It is not yours, but it is almost yours. And almost mine is psychologically dangerous, because now walking away feels like losing a tiny future. A version of you has already started to exist in your imagination. The version with the better setup, the better clothes, the better routine, the better hobby, the better life. And closing the tab can feel like killing that version. So you buy, not always because the product is great, but because you do not want to disappoint the fantasy. So if we do not really want the thing, what do we want? Usually we want one of a few basic feelings. We want control, we want novelty, we want status, we want belonging, we want relief, we want hope, we want proof that we are changing. And objects are convenient because they are visible. You cannot easily buy discipline, but you can buy a planner. You cannot instantly buy confidence, but you can buy clothes. You cannot buy a meaningful life, but you can buy equipment for a hobby you imagine will make life meaningful. That does not mean buying things is always stupid. Some things genuinely improve life. A good chair can help your back. A good tool can make work easier. A nice object can bring real pleasure. The problem is not owning things. The problem is asking objects to do emotional jobs they cannot do. A camera can help you take photos. It cannot make you creative by itself. A notebook can hold your plans. It cannot give you discipline by itself. A beautiful room can make your environment nicer. It cannot automatically make your mind peaceful. The object can support a change, but it cannot replace the change. That is the difference. So the next time you badly want something you do not need, try asking a different question. Not, do I want this? Because of course you want it. That is the whole problem. Ask, what feeling am I hoping this will give me? Is it calm, confidence, and status, a fresh start, a sense of control, a feeling that your life is moving forward? Then ask, will this object actually create that feeling, or am I using it as a symbol? Sometimes the answer will be yes, this is useful. Buy it, no guilt. But sometimes the answer will be, I do not want the thing. I want the life I am projecting onto the thing. And that is a very different problem, because you cannot add that life to cart. Humans are weird. We can survive without something for our entire lives, then see it for 10 seconds, and suddenly feel incomplete without it. Not because we are irrational in a random way, but because our brains are prediction machines. We chase possible futures. We confuse wanting with liking. We adapt quickly. We compare ourselves to others. And we are terrified of missing out on a better version of life. So the next time you feel that sharp little urge to buy something, pause for a second. Maybe you want the object, or maybe you just want proof that tomorrow can feel different. And honestly, that might be the most human thing about us.